What's up, YouTube? We have a really cool watch here. First generation G-Shock Frogman. Let's check this one out. Let's go. Alright guys, we're back with another video. We have the G-Shock Frogman, the first edition, first generation, the DW-6300 series watch. I know a lot of you guys are collectors, a lot of you guys know about this model. I personally am not a big fan of the vintage pieces, with the exception of the old 5000 series 5600. Love that watch with the screw back and the old light, but a lot of you guys are Frogman fanatics and lovers, and it's a large following for that particular model. With that being said, I got my hands on this first generation G-Shock DW-6300, which is the Frogman, and I'm stoked. Let's check it out. Let's go down memory lane. Let's look at this watch, and it's cool how it comes in this cool little, it looks like a lug or some kind of bolt, and it's the old kind of boxes. You don't see these very often or at all anymore. They don't produce that. So it's cool how they've managed to keep this watch in the condition that it is. And here you can see it was purchased, it looks like in 2016. G-Shock DW-6300. Looks like a warranty. I'm not sure this is the warranty or what that means, but pretty cool. 20 bar, 200 meter water resistance, which was the standard back then. It was a diver's rating. So check this out. It's all in Japanese, it looks like. So apparently they bought this watch in Japan. And somehow, some way, it's managed to make it to my home many years later. Look at this manual. It's a brown color. It looks like they've kind of kept the structure here, the same kind of design. Module number 1084, is that correct? I'll have to check that. Module 1084. DI, that should be the domestic, right? Is it in Japanese? No, it's in English. That's pretty cool. But I love seeing this. The color itself looks so vintage, it looks so old, but I love that. I love the fact that it looks like this. So, all right, here's the manual. Put that to the side. It comes with a little, looks like a microfiber cloth, perhaps. I mean, tell me that doesn't look old. Looks like a red color, some kind of wine color. Pretty neat. I love the fact that it's still complete though. Like, you don't see that anymore with these watches. I mean, the tag is here. Here's a Casio. Here's the tag itself. DW-6300 1B. I gotta check. I wonder if that's the serial number. And then Casio on the other side. Now, I'm not sure if this is the how they all were released. I'm not sure if this is just some kind of third-party vendor who had this and made them, or this is the actual tag that came with these watches. I'm guessing the latter is the correct, but I can't confirm that. If you guys know, let me know. Also, you have this nice little tag. Look at this. All right. I like that. 200 meter water resistant G-Shock Frogman. It reminds me of that movie. Remember that guy with Adam Sandler? He's got the man there. Scuba Dave or something. Scuba Dave or something like that. But yeah, it's again, I love when watches maintain their appearance and they have all this original stuff with it. Man, I'm blown away that after all these years, 1993 is when this watch was released and it still has all the materials inside of this cool packaging. Now here it is, the Frogman itself. Like I said, the first generation, guys. This was started it all in 1993, and they were like, what are we at? We're about goodness gracious, I think we're at like 7th generation now. Let's see. The DW-6300, let's show you guys all of them, matter of fact. First generation, DW-6300 in 1993. And then came the DW-80, and I am reading this, by the way, because I'm not going to remember these all. But let's go. DW-8200 in 1995. And then after that came the DW-9900, which was released in 1999. Followed by the GW-200 series in 2001. And my God, the 200 series is one of my favorites because of the size. It's not massive like the GWF or the GWFD. The GW200 is so perfect. It's like the sweet pop. Matter of fact. Look at that. I got a small wrist. And it doesn't look massive. This is the Triple Crown Edition GW200. Love it, man. This is like perfect size. They did a great job with these. All right, so where were we? The 200 series, which was released in 2001, followed by the most popular, I believe, the GWF-1000 and the GF-1000 series, which was released in 2009. Then we have the GF-8250, which I think was almost released simultaneous to the GWF-1000. The GF-8250 is also a smaller size, which I think they wanted to release those kind of small and large size framed G-Shock watches. So they wanted to produce two different series, and that's why I believe that 8250 was produced at the same time as the GWF-1000. Then followed by that, you have the GWF-D1000, which is a larger one with a depth meter. Very popular, but quite expensive. I believe the right retail price for that was $1,050, guys. Mind-blowing. So they steered away from that, and then most recently they released the new edition one. And by the way, the GWD-1000 was released in 2016, and then now just in 2020, last year, they produced the first ever analog G-Shock Frogman, which I wasn't a fan of, but nevertheless, the GWF-A1000 series G-Shock Frogman with analog and digital. Was it digital? No, just strictly analog. For 2020, and that's where we stand, guys. All those generations of Frogmans were started by bing 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 bing, this one right here, the DW-6300. Now mind you, you guys are thinking, well, there's other models. Yes, there are. For every series, they also produce like anniversary editions, limited edition watches as well. For example, the GWF-1000, they came out with the GWF-1035, which was an anniversary edition to celebrate the 35th anniversary watch, the Magma edition. Then you had also the GWF-D-1030, which was the Tornado edition, which was black and red. And then there's also the GF-8235, which is the 8250 35th anniversary gold frog. Also the GF-8230, but I'm just giving you guys numbers, just to give you examples that every series came out with limited edition. So you may see numbers different from the ones I listed originally, but they're just anniversary series. So if you ever see like a 30 or a 50 or a 35, those are all anniversary series. For example, the GWF-T1030 is really just the GWF-1000, T for titanium, and 30 for 30th anniversary. I know, a lot going on, but let's not forget the almighty, one of my favorites, the MRG-1100. Oh my God. Such a small watch though, all metal titanium watch, Mr. G, MRG. I keep saying Mr. G. People hate when I say that. MRG 1000 or 1100, titanium G-Shock watch. A lot of people don't know about that one, but very nice watch. But back to the subject at hand, the DW-6300, which started all this. Let's check all the details of this puppy. You can see, again, this watch is a little dated, so there's some fogging already occurring on the display there. It's got alarm, chronograph, split reset, log data, auto repeat timer, mode, and adjust. It's got the yellow font on this on the bezel there, the light button here in red. What is that? I don't know. 200 meter water resistance, start button, right? And you can see the screws are pretty interesting because they're flush. They're like, I don't know if that's intentional, but you can see the screw there. I'm not even give you a close-up, but it's not your standard Frogman screw like this one here. See that? It's got like it's like oval shape. They got the gold buttons there with the stainless steel screws. I gotta clean this baby up. This is how I got it. Be very careful though if you ever get one of these watches. They're pretty old, so the resin does tend to dry rot. So be careful removing stuff and cleaning it out because you could damage it more than you'd like. If you pull this off, it might dry rot and break in your hands. Now, another fun fact about these watches is that there were two editions of these. There were two different models. Here you have the G-Shock Resistance. This is the standard domestic version. You can tell because the back plate, or excuse me, the screw back, the Japanese one had a frog printed on the back there. The one with the print right here, G-Shock Resist without the frog, I believe that was a domestic import version, which is it's pretty cool just to know. Stainless steel or air divers, and again, this doesn't have Frogman. I don't believe, other than the tag here, they haven't produced or they didn't print out the Frogman, because I don't think they started the Frogman movement just yet. It gained popularity after this watch was released, because they released what's known as the Master of G line, like the Mud Masters, all those watches. They were intended for a specific purpose, to fulfill a specific purpose, and they came out with this watch, which was intended to meet the need of a dive watch. Then it gained so much popularity, and they decided to come out with the series, the actual G-Shock Frogman series, which we now love so much. And you can see that now they print Frogman on the bezel. See that G-Shock on this one, so good to know. Hopefully I'm not rambling too much, but I want to give you guys as much information as I have or I know. Gold buckle there, resin bands and bezel. Nothing beautiful, nothing special about this watch, but it does fulfill its purpose. But the thing I love about this watch is just so tell by the display there how old it really is. Now you have this nice second counter there. Look at the pixelated window there for the day of the week. It looks like it's Wednesday, but it's so difficult to read compared to the more recent versions. Look at that. See that? We've come a long way, guys. All right, and then you have the date of the date right there, along with the time, which is of course standard. Push the mode button here, which is flush. Look at the button. It's kind of hard to push this button. It's flushed against the bezel there, hidden and I guess obstructed by the bezel protecting the buttons. The buttons on the sides here come out, but the ones here are flushed underneath the bezel to protect them from being struck while wearing it. Here you go. Stopwatch. Pause it. Reset it. Oh my, it's so hard to push this button. Next. Alarm, timer. Here's a timer. Alright, it's cool. The timer, and also gives you a secondary window which gives you the date. The time doesn't move there. There's the alarm. Alarm, I think it has 2, 3. So it's the first ones. This is pretty new. It was a new technology there to give you multiple alarms. I think they were used to just having one at the time. Pretty cool though. Screw back again, nice concept here. The screw back gives you nice airtight seal to prevent water from entering, which then produces what we know by the 200-meter water resistance for divers and enthusiasts, water enthusiasts and whatnot. All right, guys, look at the display there. It's got this nice film there. It's like a yellow, nice yellow. I don't know why they would do that. I'm not sure if this was they thought it was a good idea that this will be more legible in the water if it was yellow. I'm not sure, but you can see I think this one's more legible, to be honest. What do you guys think? Right? Not a lot of change if you compare the two models. They look pretty similar in terms of size, display quality, all that stuff. But the thing that really stands out for me is the backlight on this watch. Man, check this out. You get blown away by this. Brace yourself. Look at this light. I love it. Oh my god, it reminds me like an old submarine, old military light. And it's pretty much a bulb. It's pretty much a green bulb on the side there that illuminates the actual display. But I love it. And it's not even, if you push it, it doesn't stay on. You got to push and hold it to keep the light on. And I mean, compare this to the this one. You see, you turn it on and it gives you a few seconds of lighting, so you could read your time. See that? All right, this is a Triple Crown edition, by the way, but this one's so cool. Look at that. I love it. I love it a lot. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. For you guys who've been collecting for ages, do you remember this watch? I personally was not around collecting G-Shocks at the time when this watch was released in 1993. But if you do, please comment below. Tell me what you, was there a large movement for these? I mean, I wouldn't know, other than being collectible now for people who are interested in them. Thanks so much for watching, guys. So much content out there that could keep you distracted, and you chose to be distracted by me. I appreciate that. I love that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I do a lot of G-Shock content, old, vintage, new releases, all that stuff, limited editions, low, high-end, medium, for sale videos, a lot other stuff, content, all G-Shock related. If you're an enthusiast like me or looking to start collecting G-Shocks, hit the like button, subscribe, comment below, and join me on this fun adventure. So next time, guys, this is Chicago. I'm out of here. Peace.
My G-Shock, I'm rocking 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 my G-Shock.